It's really hot, so please let me know if you hear the air conditioner in the background. It's not hot. We're not saying hot. Hot's different. It's muggy. So I got the AC on full blast. Wake up. 34 seconds in. Got a lot to talk about. I'm going to continue the conversation about Dio and Nihilo, creation versus emanation. Just to further expound on that information, because I think it's necessary for me as well. Definitely for me. Come in. Father of the Flies is around. Let's watch it. It's nervous because of the energy that's being emitted. I get it. Once your light shines, everything wants to shut it off. Everything that you're opposing, that you're questioning, even just a little bit, wants to shut that off. Shut off that curiosity. Shut off that investigative imagination that we have. It's all good. It's all good. Fortification Friday, yay. Happy Fortification Friday, you know. It's a good day. Realizing that you just came from a slumber. You don't even know where you just came from when you woke up. You don't even know if you was going to wake up, but you did. That in itself is amazing. Going to sleep. Literally go to sleep on purpose. And then you travel or you go somewhere, but your body's still in function because everything's working, but it might not. Your body might be taken. Your body might fall under, some type of sickness, but you're not there, but you return in the morning. Isn't that something? So wake up. Love your soul, not your role. You already know. Omni Cosmic in the house. Thank you for joining. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. May knowledge fulfill you and may wisdom guide you. Here we listen twice and we speak once. I'm gonna split my screen because I want to go over Dio and Nihilo, right? Creation as opposed to emanation. Just to balance it out a little bit. All right? So love your soul, not your role. That's what we talk about here. We talk about loving your soul and not your role. Wake up. My name is Omni Cosmic. Thank you for coming in. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm going to continue the reading from yesterday. You are a creation of a limited source, which you are not. You are not a creation of a limited source. You are the source experiencing life. So here it is, Dio versus Nihilo. All right? In philosophy, the theology creatio, which is creatio ex nihilo, creation out of nothing. That's what that means. So creatio ex nihilo means creation out of nothing. So something you believe or think just logically, right? Something would have to have existed in order to create that out of nothing. But since it was out of nothing, so nothing existed in order for that creation to exist. And creatio ex Dio, creation out of God. So there's the differences, right? Represents two fundamental models explaining how the universe came into existence. Right now, these are philosophies. This is not actual fact. These are people who or information that comes from somewhere. They don't want to let us know. Nobody wants to. Where did we get this information from? Oh, we were studying. What were you studying? What were you studying to come up with this stuff? Or who guided you to acquire this and examine this information and then give it out as if it were gold and truth, right? But it's something interesting other than being told to get on your knees and pray, right? You can read about this. You can logically think about what they're saying and not just fold yourself over and blindly accept this information, right? So this is creatio. I don't even know how to say it. But it's the word creation without the N at the end. Ex nihilo. Creation out of nothing. the concept. God brought the universe into existence without using a pre-existing matter, energy, or divine substance. How it works. Before creation, only God existed. Through a free act of divine will, God called the cosmos into being from absolute non-existence. You all know that. That's what it says in the Bible. But it tells you in that parabolistic, poetic, let there be light, let there be, that's what that is. So the key purpose, it maintains a strict boundary between the creator and creation. So here's something above that created you. So the boundary is like your boss. So here's your boss and you work for your boss, right? Your boss gave you the job that he created, but it still separates him from the job itself because he created you to do the job. In a sense, right? So it creates a boundary. God is completely transcendent and the universe is contingent upon him, not identical to him. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So common in mainland Christianity, Judaism, and Islam use this type of philosophy just to control. It has nothing to do with reality, nothing to do with truism, nothing to do with transcendence, nothing to do with knowledge. It's just for control. It's a mechanism to say, I've been here longer than you. This is what I know. This is what you should study. This is how it's going to be. This is how, what is will always be and what was. So it's all going to be the same always. They're just telling you stuff that you can observe on your own. Outside of, meditation and the physical being, which is a separation from the creator. Creatio ex Deo. Yo hablo español, no puedo decir. Creation out of God. The concept, the universe originates directly out of the essence, substance, or energy of God. It's an energy. It's an energy. We're gonna look up that word. I'm gonna look up that word energy because it's important to know. So if God is the energy, you have to ask yourself, so what is energy? And then you find something out that describes energy. So what is that describes energy? It gives you a deeper understanding of what you're studying, which is yourself. Alright. How it works. The cosmos is created by God, emanating, manifesting, or shaping part of divine selfhood into the material world. Now this is all Gnosticism, right? This is a different way of looking at the creation, the emanation. What is, what was, what will always be, as above, so below, so within, so without. It's an understanding of studying what's being observed and concluding your observation in a logical manner, in a rational manner. Knowing these things will allow you to know who you are, what you are, where you come from and where you're going. You have to instill all of these three things, the Trinity. Intelligence, which is knowledge and wisdom, right? Spirituality, soulfulness, and also, so I said education, spirituality, and experience. Trinities, the number 3 has a big significance in life, period. The number 9 as well. But anyway, number 3, very significant in this type of disclosure, this type of investigation, right? Emphasis, divine, this is an emphasis on divine immanence, the idea that God is intimately connected to present and or woven into the fabric of creation. Neapolitanism, certain Eastern philosophies like Vaishnava, Vedanta, I don't know what that is, it's a philosophy, process theology, and pantheistic frameworks. God's relationship to matter is distinct and separate from creation. Transcendent creation is an extension of God, immanent philosophical model, classical theism. The nature of act, a deliberate, so this is the other part of that. Pantheism, creation in or of God. Nature of act, a deliberate act of free will and sovereignty, often viewed as a natural, continuous emanation or manifestation. There's also a third view, so this is a third philosophy. Well, if you don't understand me, Mr. Russian person, learn English. So I don't speak Russian, so go to a Russian channel. So there's also a third view, which is creatio ex materia, A third traditional model, creatio ex materia, proposes that God formed the universe out of eternal, pre-existing primordial matter rather than out of nothing or out of himself. So there's three philosophies of the creation and emanation of this, right? And you own all three of them, which is, again, another holy trinity. All right. So there we go. That's what I was talking about yesterday. So it just gives me anyway, a little bit more understanding of what is, what was, what will be, and what will always be. Not asking someone outside of you or someone who's presiding over you on a stage, compartmentalizing information so that they can keep you ignorant. I'm on mute. I'm glad I saw that. Fortification Friday, you already know. Wake up, wake up. Love your soul, not your role. Listen twice and speak once. Okay, so for today, I am building a strong foundation for my mind and body today. I choose to reinforce my boundaries, protect my peace, and finish this week with resilience. I am not just enduring the day, I am fortifying my spirit for the rest and joy that lies ahead. I have the power to stay steady, focused, and calm amidst the noise. Why fortification matters. Friday is often a day where energy dips or stress peaks. To truly fortify yourself this morning, try to secure your boundaries. Be clear about what you can realistically finish before the clock runs out. So I like to do shoulder rolls. Shoulder rolls gives me a little bit of energy, so I'm going to do some of those. You could do the rub between your clavicle and your trapezoid there. You could do like a little rubbing to activate your lymphatic system because it does not have a pump, so it does not circulate on its own. So you do this for about 30 seconds. I'm going to do that. Shoulder roll backwards, forward, separately. Get that going. A couple of deep breaths to the diaphragm, stomach. Woo! Feels good. Okay. Acknowledge your wins. Fortification comes from recognizing your own strength. Name one thing you handled well this week. One thing today. Just name it. Because you're owning the possibility of you completing and working on things that are important to you. All right, prepare your space. Clear off your desk or prep one for Monday so you can truly log off later, okay? Take 3 deep breaths. I took 4. Inhale strength. So you gotta use your imagination. You're inhaling strength, which is life, right? You're exhaling weakness. Strength, weakness. Strength, weakness. Ooh, that felt good. Okay, there it is. That's a Fortification Friday. I'm going to give you a Fortification Friday quote. This is going pretty fast because I am full of energy. I haven't slept. I have not slept. I'm not sleeping. Something's going on. Something's clicking. Something's trying to tell me something. I'm trying to take it in. This morning I finished reading a book about 5 o'clock before I got here. This time change, man, just the suggestion about it is really affecting me. I don't know how it's affecting me. It's really affecting me. Hi. All right, so this is a quote for today. Happy Fortification Friday. You already know, love your soul, not your role. We speak once, we listen twice, and we speak once. May knowledge fulfill you, and may wisdom guide you. Thank you for the like. I appreciate you very much. So this is a quote from Archilochus. I don't know how you say that. We do not rise to the level of our expectations. We fall to the level of our training. I think he was a philosopher, because philosophers back in the time were the only ones that had time to be philosophical. So there you go. We do not rise to the level of our expectations. We fall to the level of our training. That's today's quote. Okay, so today is Fortification Friday, so you want to focus on also hydrating your body and movement. Fortify your spirit, set firm boundaries so you can actually enjoy your end of week and not end up being a victim to the almighty powerful end of week spirit al-ghul, which is alcohol and drugs and partying. You want to fortify your soul. You want to love your soul, not your role. Because you don't love your soul, not your role, guess what? You're going to come back here. You're going to do the same thing for eons and eons. It's going to be an eternal cycle of destruction. There is no growth. There is no transcendence when you can't love your soul and not your role. Because you're just living in the materialism. And guess what? All materialism ceases to exist. Because it transcends. But energy changes, energy transcends, right? So it becomes something different depending on the environment, depending on the pressure, depending on all types of physics and quantum physics. You know, it evolves. So in order for you to evolve, you have to transcend your mind, your soul, the way you speak, what you hear, what you watch, what you listen to, all of that. And it's all got to do with the almighty emanation spark that is within you, that is within all of us. So here I got a poem. All right, I got a poem. Oh no, this poem is called "The Bastion's Eve." So I like to read poems. I like to write poems. Some of them, you know, if you're a true poet or that kind of a literary person, right? You know, there's categories like limericks, things of that nature. You know. So I didn't study poetry, right? I just enjoyed it through music when I was a kid. So I wrote some stuff down, you know, just to emulate a poem. So check this out. So The Bastion's Eve. Ready? Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You already know. Wake up. Omni Cosmic in the house. You already know. Listen twice and speak once. May knowledge fulfill you and may wisdom guide you. The shadows stretch across the office floor. The heavy latch is pulled upon the door. The week was long, a siege of task and time. A weary mountain that we had to climb. But now the sun begins its golden dip. And phantom anchors loosen on the ship. Reinforce the spirit, brace the mind. Leave the echoes of the toil behind. We build our walls of quiet, soft, and deep. Of slow brewed coffee and heavy sleep. No deadline fires can scale these guarded walls. No urgent ringing echoes through these halls. This is the night we fortify the soul to make the fractured pieces feel once whole. With books for bricks and laughter for lime, we build a fortress out of stolen time. So rest your shield and let your banner fall, for Friday stands the strongest of them all. Like that. Did you like that? Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I do. That one was a little bit more animated than normal because today's Fortification Friday. You want to fortify your soul with positive energy, positive feelings, and an awareness of where that energy is coming from, where any energy is coming from. Why is it there? Is it something from the past? Is it something from the present? Something possibly from the future that you can understand, that you can mold as a creator of your own reality. Wake up. So I think that's it. We discussed creation as opposed to emanation, and then there's also a third one, which is creation out of something that already existed, right? So those are three great things to just ponder, right? Just ponder, the fact that that's a possibility. I was just on mute all that time. Anyway, YouTube, please fix that when I change my screen. Please, please, please let that microphone stay on. Anyway, I just lost a whole verse of understanding. Anyway, so I gotta be aware of that more often. That microphone changes really throws me off. So wake up, wake up. You already know, love your soul, not your role. Today's Fortification Friday. That's what it is today. Yes, yes. That's a good thing. So commence to introduce yourself to yourself. Commence to learn and unlearn that which is not needed, or that which is needed, or that which is curious to your soul. Learn to let go. Learn to continue on, whether it be through pain, joy, whatever, confusion. Fortify that goal, that sight of reintroducing your true and actual essence from the source. You are not created from the creator. You already existed. You were jailed. You were usurped. You were led somehow here to be a battery for that which cannot exist without your presence, which is what all of you call God, which is, again, there's 3 letters, the Holy Trinity, G-O-D. I always tell you it's a Holy Trinity called Yod, right? If you look at the life, it's a circle with a dot in the middle, right? The dot is the consciousness, the subconsciousness, the natural events that take place on a non-creative level. It just is, was, and will always be. Never empty, always full. Never desired, but always complete. Never nothing is missing. Everything is everything all the time. What separates you from here is like the painter and the paint, right? That's the separation right there. That's a creation, not an eminence. That's where the void lies. The void lies in the disconnection from the eminence, from the spark from the source to the spark. Because the further away you are from what's called the light, which is you, the further away you are away from you, the more you are susceptible to what they call darkness. And darkness is actually the real light. Because I tell people, you don't come from light. When you were in your mother's stomach for those 9 months, there was no light. You came into light. So therefore, you are a presence of light in the darkness of peace, tranquility. You had everything you needed, but you were unaware of your true source, which was your mother, until you were created. Wake up, which causes separation physically. But the source is your mother. The source of your spark, your energy, your soul was already there. You just Big Bang Theory, that happened, and then you became. That's the Holy Trinity again. Wake up. You already know. Love your soul, not your role. That's a lot to take in. I know there are books out there that can help you try and break that down. I just finished reading The Occult Meaning of a Human Body by Manly P. Hall. I'll show you a copy of it. I'll do a little what do you call that? Short. I'll show you the book so you can see it. Small book, real dinky. I just ordered an 800-page book on symbology, or symbolism. Can't wait to get that. 800 pages. Sort of like an encyclopedia, and these things are necessary to understand, because then you can know how to control yourself. There is no one more in control of me than me. But if you are unaware of the mechanisms of control, then you cannot control yourself. You will be unable to navigate other than how you are being navigated. Through tricks, through magic, through all of this stuff. Everything is artificial. There's nothing in here. There's nothing out here. Even the stuff that's natural, it's all artificial, because it was created by something else. Out of what? You are the only thing that's real, and even not the body. The body is also, it's an illusion. They like to call it illusion, but it's artificial. All this artificial, this AI has been around. It is what it is. Biology, all this stuff, it's artificial. All right? So that's not a new concept. Artificial intelligence is not a new concept, right? This is computerized, not a new concept either. You are basically a computer. Yeah. Love you so natural. You already know. Fortification Friday. Make it great 2 days of realigning your soul to gain control of your current state of mind, state of physical being, and mental status. Thank you for coming in. Murder Drones Lover, that's it for saying hi. Love that name. Don Radford, D41. D41? Thank you for saying hello. I appreciate that. Someone in Russia said they don't speak English. So, sorry that you don't speak English. Sorry I don't speak Russian. Let's try to find some common ground there. It's like something to break it down, right? I don't know, some kind of app. Anyway. Love you so natural. You already know. Read. Read as much as you can. Read a book. Something that you're curious about. Anything. And that helps to elevate your higher self. Even though reading is not a natural thing, it's been around for quite a long time now. So the humans or men, women and men, have been conditioned to intake this type of external vehicle of information to what is called learn, to acquire knowledge. So read a book, read an article. You don't have to read a whole book. You can read an article about something that you're interested in to elevate transcendence, because the higher you move in your energy, the more you are, the closer you are to the source of your natural essence, right? And why not? Right? Why not be that real that all these philosophers and gurus and studied men and women talk about? You'd rather go to a place full of people with some guy standing on top of a stage, which is, that's also a psychological setup. Here I am. This is me. There you go down there. You have to come up to me. But the only way for you to come up to me is for me to show you how to do that. No. That is an indoctrination of failure. And failure in your life is something that's unacceptable, because you have to run with the natural process of life, of transcendence, of an energy system that needs to connect, that has to connect in order for it to be what it's not, be what it is, be what it was, be what it will be. But it's all I can say emptiness. A lot of people say, where are we going to go? You're not going to go nowhere. Where did you come from to go somewhere? Did you come from somewhere? So if what place did you come from? So they're telling you you're going to go to hell, heaven, and hell. Those are two concepts. Heaven is your head, and hell is your heel, which is the ground. That's all that means. It's all mythology. It's all metaphors. None of it is literal. But the masses are kept ignorant for this energy to continue to exist. So that you pray and you give all of your energy to something that doesn't give you nothing back. It doesn't give you, what does it give you back? How long you been praying? How long you been dying? How long the world's been doing the same thing all this time, and everybody's praying and give me please and help? Where is it? It's not gonna come. That's what you have to do. You're put here from something that's separate from you. don't give a damn about you. He already created you. You already is what you are. So now it's up to you. You're there. You got to get up out of here. How are you going to get up out of here? You play the game. If you play the game and you don't win, guess what? You're going to come back. So guess what? Don't play the game. You're here. You're here in this system. Play this game in your system, but your soul is the most precious source of all. Right? It's precious to you because you're alive because of your soul. Wake up, wake up. You already know. Love your soul, not your role. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for saying hello. And I'll see you on the next one. May knowledge fulfill you and may wisdom guide you. And may this 2 days of rest give you peace, love, and joy. One love.